The Kashir event of 6th India International Science Festival 2020. In fact, the India International Science Festival started in 2015 is a celebration to promote science and technology and to demonstrate how science could lead India towards a development within a short span of time. The aim is to engage the public with science and celebrate the joy of science and show the way how science, technology, engineering and mathematics that is can provide us with the solution to improve our lives.
India's contribution to science and technology in the distant past, these have been described by scientists of international fame and scientists and scholars of international fame. I'll refer to some of the statements that have been made by internationally renowned intellectual and scientists all over the world. The first was Hu Shi. Hu Shi was at one time China's ambassador to the United States and also China's representative at the United Nations for 5 years. And after that, he was Vice Chancellor of the famous Beijing University in China. Now, he has said about India's contribution to China's civilization in the ancient times. He says, India conquered and dominated China culturally for 20 centuries without ever having to send a single soldier across the border. Now that's the extent of India's influence on China in the ancient times. It was about two millennia which India really dominated the Chinese cultural sector. Then Albert Einstein, the legendary scientist, he said in one of his speeches, he said, "We owe a great lot to the Indians who taught us how to count, without which no worthwhile scientific discoveries could have been made." So he is acknowledging India's contribution to mathematics in the ancient times. Now, after that, an English mathematician, Lancelot Hobden, he has said, and I quote, "There has been no more revolutionary contribution than ones which the Hindus made when they invented zero." So he is not saying that India's contribution to mathematics is zero. He's not saying that. Zero is India's contribution to mathematics. And how significant it has been in the development of mathematics, one can imagine. You know, the numerals that we are using, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's known as the Arabic numerals. And the world except China, Japan, and 1 or 2 other countries, the entire world is using these Arabic numerals. In the Arab countries, the numerals are known as Hinsa. Hinsa means, it originated in India. Hind originated in India, and therefore the numerals are also contribution of India, apart from zero, which had been contributed by the Indian mathematicians. Now then, you know the German scholar of international fame, Max Müller. Max Müller was considered to be an authority on India. Now he has said in one of his books, "If I were asked under what sky the human mind has most fully developed, some of the choicest gifts, has most deeply pondered on the greatest problems of life and has found solutions, I should point to India." So these are the significant contributions the Indian science and technology and Indian universities in general have made to the world. But somewhere along the way, India has lost the prowess of disseminating knowledge all over the world. The science and technology influence, the India's contribution for the last about 100 years has been very insignificant. Now, we have lost the creativity of human beings. We have lost the creativity for which the ancient Indian universities were famous, like Taxila, which was established in 5th century BC, and Nalanda, which was established in 5th century AD, and then Vikramshila, which was established in 9th century AD. These universities were of international repute. The international students would come from all over the world. I think there were about 15,000 international students in Nalanda when it was even destroyed by the Khalji. Now, these universities had programs which were futuristic, which were all embracing, like the programs that some of the most established universities in the world today have. So these universities were so well established. Now, today in the land of Kautilya, Charak, the land of Aryabhatta, the land of Varahamihira and Brahmagupta, now we are struggling to find out what contributions we have made in the recent past to world science and technology, and very few things that come to our notice that we have contributed to the world science and technology.
COVID-19 nadim spo jak pajak gas inject tang manga jiks nang chan gyur teotenok
Guktap se pia
sabon tang yampo lakpa twin jukses
mas yang na khara salches nasa ka skynang social distancing yang na bargyang borazat
losh twi sang chungun lo tup twi sang chenmo tang zurmo yot khan gun philoga bing magos I kaptak spo mimang se phande pya larax ujung ngazde kamte laskung se choks ne spelten.
Request Honorable Governor sir to address the curtain raising for the sixth India International Science Festival, sir. So, sir, please, sir.
Very good morning to everybody. I regret the inconvenience caused to everybody by my absence, but I think Corona takes the priority. So, firstly, many thanks to Dr. Chaurasia, Director Bihar, for inviting me to be present on this curtain raiser for the India International Science Festival, the 6th edition. You have very respected and distinguished Dr. Fulsok, Vice Chancellor Ladakh University present there. My respects and good morning to him. You have a number of distinguished scientists from a number of scientific institutions based in Ladakh present here. I give my greetings and respects to all of them. I could not unfortunately hear the initial parts of this curtain raiser festival or function, but when I was invited, I kept thinking of what I should be talking about, and I would go by my own assessment of that. We know that this event is organized with a view to a self-reliant India, and this year the theme is not just self-reliant India, but global welfare also. Another important feature of this year's event is that it is starting on 22nd December, which happens to be Ramanujan's birthday, the great, or perhaps the greatest mathematician that India has produced, and ending on 25th December, the birthday of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, our ex-Prime Minister, who gave the famous slogan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, and Jai Vigyan. This is his addition to what Lal Bahadur Shastri, our earlier Prime Minister, had given, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. He added Jai Vigyan. I'm mentioning this just to say that at the highest levels in the government, there is a realization that it is science, it is knowledge, it is technology which can make India grow. It is also reflective of the ancient Indian philosophy of looking at global welfare. Science is not just for India, science is for the world. The famous concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which we have been following, and it is very, very good to see that that objective is being reiterated in the motto which has been fixed for this event. I would like to compliment Bihar at this stage, firstly for getting an opportunity to be a lead performer in this event. It marks the entry, in a sense, of Ladakh as a new union territory to this entire event, of this entire thought process of self-reliant India. We know that Bihar has been instrumental in contributing many things for Ladakh over the years. If it is vegetables, one has to think of Ladakh. If it is greenhouse, one has to think of Bihar. Milk production, you think of Bihar, and so on. There are many, many, many fields in which Bihar has made very substantive contributions, for which entire Ladakh is very thankful for their services. Thank you for your attention.
The message which they gather here, I would request them to disseminate it further, as that is what is the ethos of the curtain raiser for this festival. I am also grateful to the Fourth Estate, the friends from media, and I would again request them that they would disseminate the ideas of the governor, honorable governor, and the ethos of the festival to the extent possible in the UT of Ladakh. I'm grateful to the director who did most of the, if I can say so, running and out and interacting to get this event possible. I would be failing in my duty if I do not thank the team of scientists and the technical staff of Bihar, specifically the youngsters who were the hands and the brains in organizing this event. I have just 2 words for the youngsters here. Good job. It's been a great effort. Keep it up. I would also like to thank all those people who have been directly or indirectly associated with this particular event and helped us, organize this event. Thank you one and all. Extremely grateful. Thank you. Jai Hind.
इंडिया इंटरनेशनल साइंस फेस्टिवल। तो इस बार हमारा इस बार हम लोग जो है कि 6th इंडिया इंटरनेशनल साइंस फेस्टिवल मनाने जा रहे हैं, जो कि 22 से 25 दिसंबर के बीच में वर्चुअल होगा कोरोना के कारण। और इसका मेन जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि हर एक एज ग्रुप में, चाहे स्टूडेंट्स हो, पब्लिक हो, फार्मर्स हो, आम पब्लिक हो, सभी को साइंस के बारे में इसकी बेनिफिट क्या है वो जानना चाहिए। और हम लोग जो आज के युग में साइंस का वी नो द इम्पोर्टेंस कि साइंस की इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है। और गवर्नमेंट जो लद्दाख में जो DRDO को काम दिया गया है, ताकि DRDO के माध्यम से यहाँ के फार फ्लंग एरियाज में लोगों में साइंस के प्रति इंटरेस्ट आए, और ख़ासकर स्पेशली यंग जनरेशन स्टूडेंट्स में इसकी काफ़ी इंटरेस्ट आए। उसके हिसाब से जो फेस्टिवल है, ये फेस्टिवल एज ए फॉर ऑल ग्रुप्स के लिए काफ़ी बेनिफिशियल होगा।